Hey everybody, welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. Again, sorry that it's once again been quite a while since we've recorded, but we're back. And I will say again, hopefully we aren't gone for quite as long next time. But we're in the church, which is in the old office building, and we're looking for some documentation about the road we are looking for. Is that it? Over there? I don't see any congregation. Or it's dusty in here. I don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess. Hey, janitor. Don't mind me, just a limpy old man. Oh, here for the night mass? No, but what kind of mass is it? I don't really care. I want to know where your congregation is. I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it was just a thing that was falling apart, or see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist. And I found some old acetates in the Bureau archives, photos of people in the churches. So I keep it running. Yeah, so you'll hear this buzzing that's in the game. So sorry about that. There's not much I could do about the weird buzzing in the background. It's got to be his old tapes or the projector. You do what you have to, right? Yep. But right now, I have to find some Bureau documents. Oh, you're from the Bureau? I moved all those documents to Unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I mean, you're starting a mass for nobody, which is very weird. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale, says Shannon, which I gave Shannon and Brandon almost the same voice. But, okay, so Shannon's going to go look for the documents. I'm going to rest here and participate in the mass, I guess. Nice lady. Well, I better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. I'm not gonna, ask him about his family during the mass. I'm just gonna listen. It'd be rude to interrupt. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working through feast or abstinence, recognizing Saint Joseph the worker, who was foster father to our Lord Jesus, and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat, and this is one such day. I'm just gonna keep listening. On this day we celebrate with the feast of Saint Joseph the worker, and on this day other workers are also celebrating. Workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity, who do as we do here in our church, inasmuch as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown they call the fruit of their labor very good. Just gonna keep listening. Beyond the church, this day is celebrated in remembrance of a violent protest in Chicago, and to honor the 4 martyrs who were unjustly persecuted in its wake, having not only pursued their vocation in their daily labor, but also having pursued their avocation in the form of protest, activism, community building, radicalization, scholarship, and finally martyrdom. Their and our avocation being, as it should be for us all, as members of the church or otherwise, to secure for our fellow workers the right to labor with dignity. It's a very interesting sermon here. It's less about religion and more about community activism and kind of, I don't know, it's more political than it is religious, but there are some interconnection between those, but this seems pretty heavy on one side versus the other. So, just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without avocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that is which to the right. I messed that up, but you understood what I meant. And these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated, and we find in our mind's eye an after image of divine light, only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes. Is the deed ever really done for heaven and the future's sake? I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Preacher Man, but okay. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, and I don't remember them anyways. Hey, got it. You know, I'm not gonna ask got what. I'm sure she's got the documents. Yeah, we were just listening to the sermon over here. What? I found what we came here to get. The file on street name changes? You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out. And maybe we should get to see that doctor the clerk recommended. Alright, I'm sure that was, like, important somehow. I'm sure that whole sermon somehow will play a part in the game. Or it just went way over my head and I'm not smart enough to understand. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? So I'm okay or my leg is stuck. Like, what? Is this a flashback? What's going on here? My leg is stuck. Shit, okay. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? Is this back in the mines? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful. I'm right here. Damn. Don't worry, I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you on the tram. There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Why did we just have a flashback? Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. Look. I'm okay. Can we listen to another one of those sermons? No, I'm not going to listen to the sermons. Don't let me keep you. You have work to do, or I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. The bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came. Find the crystal, and then turn around. Alright. Find the crystal, turn around. Gotcha. So, I think we came this direction. But it is a big loop, so I guess it really probably didn't matter which way we go. It's a loop that changes once you hit the crystal. Crystal? Okay, turn around. The bureau? Hey. The bureau, can you tell me how to get to that doctor man? Scene 2, or scene 3, excuse me, I can read. I don't know how to say perspicacity, but I know how to read. Yep, here we are again. Hey, Marianne, tell me how to get to that doctor, Marianne? Back so soon? Well, I actually need the doctor, not talk to Lula Chamberlain. Or I guess we need to get to the interstate, 65. Lula filled your paper, so you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. I guess we're ready to be processed. He hands the receptionist Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course. This is in a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on 65, going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Okay, get on 65, go southwest, take a right past the observatory, and then go north. Alright. Happy to help. Alright, are we back in the real world now? Yes. Go. Is this 65? Get on 65. Go southwest. Find an observatory. Is this the river? There's the observatory. Go north. Turn off and go north. Dr. Truman's house. Okay, there you go. The neighborhood at the address on Lulu's card has been demolished. It's in its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Okay, let's go to the museum. To scene 4. Museum of Dwellings. That's not a little ominous. Muffled thunderstorm and water dripping from the roof. Hello, Blue. Tape recorder starts playing. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. The guy was a weirdo. What? So we're museum staff watching this play back on a video? That doesn't seem that weird to talk to your dog. You didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad. Looked like an old drunk if you ask me. I bet they were both drunks. Breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for that old dog getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on the porch somewhere, but that's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. Janet? I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking around. Just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. They definitely weren't from the power company. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business. Doesn't affect me. I've got my generator. But you know, some of these folks around here, they're unprepared. Totally unprepared. Well, I guess we just click on the, umbrella. Because there's not much of need for an umbrella. I think we're inside, but we'll pop the umbrella anyways. We're heading back outside. I gotcha. Actually can't go any further? So that's not where I wanted to go? I wanted to go towards the camera? No, take my umbrella down, I guess. I mean, I didn't see anything else to click on. Okay, it did want me to come forward. No, it didn't want me to come towards the camera. Where do you want me to click, game? Oh, I can turn the... That's weird. I was not expecting that. What the world? I was playing in that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Ezra told me, and I can't tell anyone else. Who's Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother Julian. First, they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. You want to hear a weird story? Yeah, of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He says it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. It took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. Where was that other house that he knew? I don't remember. He seemed sad. Was it the home he grew up in? Was it the home of a friend? Was it a place where something sad happened? Was it the home of a friend? Yeah, I remember. His friend lived there when they were younger. He moved away for a while, and when he came back, she was married and had a new house. He's still friends with her, but it still makes him sad. He went upstairs, and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. He could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. He could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin, too. He could see the shape of it better from up there. Now the part that's weird. He said he went into the basement. The cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found a staircase in a closet. He said he found a secret door in the floor. He said he dug through the ground to get there. I think we found a staircase in a closet. Then he found a rope leading down a long pit and climbed down. He was surrounded by giant aphids. Nope, we just found a rope. It was so long his arms got very tired and he fell in the dark. Or the walls were covered in a glowing moss. I like that. He tried to eat some of the moss. Nope, we definitely did not do that. He used the light of the moss to find a lake at the bottom of the pit. The water swept him around until he didn't know where he was, and finally he fell asleep in the water. He was a good swimmer, so he found his way back to the cabin. I don't think we're such a good swimmer, so we probably just got tossed around. He woke up on the floor of the cabin. He came back outside, and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. This is a really weird place. There's a little girl living in a cabin in the museum. Doghouse over here. I was hoping I could interact with this building over here. I guess not. I guess we can't go that way. What about... Isn't this like... This looks like the... Is this the Marquez barn over here? Okay, we can go back here. A chicken coop? We have to get some real chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land. You know what I mean? It's just a display, another kind of dwelling. Yeah, no offense against you guys. I mean, I appreciate what all you've done for us. What in the weird... Got a horse barn here. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Or did the strangers go in the stable? No, they just poked around a bit and talked about barns. They were pretty boring. That dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man. Just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit. That seemed to cheer them up a bit. Alright, so we got a human dwelling, a chicken dwelling, a horse dwelling. We got a barn, we can't go back there dwelling. Oh gosh, I'm stuck. Just kidding, I'm not stuck. So I'm looking for things that have like this little placard. That means I can interact with it apparently. Got a bird dwelling. The moment I now recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one fingernail along the bars of the wire cage, marking out a tuneless scale, like a child's xylophone, and then they moved on. Alright, well, like that doesn't look like a dwelling. But it does have markers. Oh, there's a person. Well, I'm just going to ignore you and look at this. Sure. Let's talk to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could. What did you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. That's what I told them. Hey. Okay, so I can't actually have a conversation with you. All of my conversation was done by reading that little placard. It's hard to know where I can go, what moves the camera and what doesn't move the camera. I got some kind of elevator over here, but not sure I can interact with it. Maybe it's... oh, no, it is an elevator. Come on, Blue. What a weird game. Alright, are we inside or outside now? I don't know. That bird is way too big. I guess we're outside because she opened her umbrella as well. We were working in the greenhouse and I saw them come up in the elevator. They were lost, obviously. It was obvious. Oh, of course I saw them looking at that odd-shaped building. Sure, the rounded metal one. Yeah, that one. House of the future sort of thing. I've always thought it looked more like a grain bin. Actually, I guess it's sort of romantic. Anyway, they seem interested in it. Tired, huddling around their umbrellas. They still stop to examine this strange building. Can I turn the sound down, like, a lot? Maybe that's better. Still seems pretty loud, though. Okay, we have a boat, and there's a person on the boat. Difficult to see or even hear a storm like that, but I was awake and alert, studying the week's forecast. It should even out shortly, I'd say. Did you talk to them? Yes, we had a short conversation. The old woman heard my radio crackling from the cabin and asked about it. The old man was a bit disoriented. Disoriented how? He asked the most inane questions about my boat, whether it took out fishing often, nonsense like that. I tried to explain to him that I lived aboard, that I'd lived in a small apartment on this land before and been kindly offered an opportunity to live here in a sailboat when the neighborhood was raised, and so on. Difficult to communicate in a noisy storm like that. I think he may have been a bit hard of hearing to boot. Well, then they had to leave, looking for a doctor, I think. The old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation. Well, there's that greenhouse we kept hearing about. Flora was playing down on the lower level, and we've been having a glass of wine in the greenhouse. He ducked out of the way when he came in. After all, they were complete strangers. We didn't know them. Did you overhear them talking? Well, I heard the young woman ask her friend about his job. He's some kind of furniture collector or dealer, I think. It didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe they were here looking for a buyer. Yes, definitely some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I heard him talking about antiques. Okay. So not sure what is going on at all. We have some people living in a museum, but then we have museum staff interviewing the people in the museum. Okay, you're the first person I can actually talk to and not, like, interact with an exhibit. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is it? It doesn't belong to me. I just drive it. Or do you know where Dr. Truman is? You know what? That's kind of rude. I do want to know this, but you asked me about the truck, so I will respond. It doesn't belong to me. Yeah, I knew you were a driver. What's the biggest haul you ever did? Moved a pool table once in that same truck. I moved a couple of horses once in a different truck. A couple of horses. Me and Julian move whole houses every night. That's a lot bigger than a couple of horses. It sounds very impressive. Yeah, it's a big job. Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn before the museum opens. Why do you take the houses to the forest? This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep, and then bring them back in the morning. Is Dr. Truman in the forest? Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. Can you tell us how to get there? You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. Well, me and Julian can take you. We're just about to go anyway. I've got to call him over. Oh, yeah! Oh, you're Julian's the bird? I guess that's how you could move a whole house. Well, it was quite unexpected. Am I supposed to click museum? Or am I supposed to just wait for Julian? The Barren River. I guess I am supposed to click on the museum. From this height, the museum looks like a blocky crater, slowly filling with rain. Alright, Julian, if you could, like, take me... Am I controlling Julian now? I am controlling Julian now. An all-night diner by the side of the road. The lights are off. Okay, you said to take the road... Take the river east? Okay, I'll take the river east to Lake Chamberlain. What you said, right? Barren River Lake. I thought you said Lake Chamberlain. Can I get, like... You have to follow the Green River way out east, then hop over Lake Cumberland, not Chamberlain. The Green River, not the Barren River. Okay, well, what's the Green River? Is this the Green River? Or is that still the Barren River? Apparently that's still the Barren River. Are you the Green River? Yes, okay, so I follow the Green River east. I can see a house. The flayed hull of a country home smolders in the night. Parts of the property obscured by smoke. Okay, it's hard to tell where east is because east keeps moving. Country church with a pitched roof and a 3-story spire. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Beyond the church are several dusty metal trash cans, a few of which are opened. Alright, let's keep following the Green River. Is that Cumberland? No, that's the Nolan River Lake, so that's not... Keep going down the Green River. A tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road, carrying what appears to be a guitar case. He is followed closely by a smaller shape. A dog? He looks tired. Keep following the Green River way out east. From above, the huge swaying tipple looks like a small wooden lattice framing the edge of the mine entrance. Alright. The Green River continues. The Green River breaks out into a million locations. A shadowy figure drags itself out of the lake, stuffs its limbs into a smart blue suit, and trudges slackly out of view. Alright, sure, okay. Is this the Cumberland Lake? No, that's Green River Lake. Not Cumberland. Is that the Cumberland? Lake Cumberland. Okay, there we go. So it was a different part of the Green River we had to follow. From a distance from the air, it looks like a swamp. Vines have grown over the street lamps. Flower bushes obscure the streets. A few of the houses have slipped partially into the ground. Foundations cracked by underground roots. Alright, let's keep going east, right? Hop over Lake Cumberland. Well, now I'm completely lost about which direction we are going. This is east. But I think that's back from where we came. No, that's new. That's definitely new. The forest. There we go. Act 2, Scene 5. I think we're going to end this episode here. A forest. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks. Happy to know that. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and end this episode. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.